All right, guys, what's up? It's Jack, and welcome back to another video. And first and foremost, the gameplay you're about to see was from last night's stream, actually. And JB was actually in the stream, and he rated me with a good amount of viewers. And the thing is, I didn't even notice that he rated me. I knew he was in the chat, but I didn't notice that he rated me because I guess I just didn't get a notification. As you can see, I'm playing without my headset on. I'm playing casually. You know, I'm trying to enjoy this game as much as possible. And obviously, with not having my headset on, it pretty much allows me to interact with the chat a lot better. And if a notification goes off, I'm able to hear it. And sometimes notifications, I don't know if this happens to you guys, fellow content creators out there with Streamlabs OBS. Sometimes, like, I'm telling you, sometimes notifications don't go off and you can't hear them. And it kind of sucks because, you know, I want to be able to notice whenever somebody, a new follower comes along, or if somebody raids me or whatever it is. So, and in this gameplay specifically, I'm like, okay, once I noticed that he raided me, when I went back into the chat and scrolled up or whatnot, or when I looked up, I saw it and I was like, okay, we're going to win this for him. So this was the match, and obviously I won this match. And I also came to realize during the session yesterday was that I just got to embrace the fact that I'm an SMG player, and movement is basically my strength. And if I overdo it, it can be my weakness, but at the same time, for the most part, my movement is my strength. So I prefer weapons that give me the freedom to move around, which is great. So I just kind of went with it and embraced it. And I said, screw assault rifles, and they just don't work very well for me. So I'll just use SMGs. So there you go. But I also wanted to talk about something else, something that's a little bit more important, and something that's kind of a joke in the Call of Duty community more than ever now. And that's reverse boosting, man. And all these quote unquote, you know, big gaming channels or whatnot, or pub stomping channels that are reverse boosting to get some of their most beastly gameplays. And I just think that that's a joke. And as a matter of fact, I'll even go one further and say that I would have more respect for you if you actually loaded up bots in custom games and posted gameplay of you shitting on bots than when reverse boosting. Did you guys see that clip? I mean, I from Twitter, that Exclusive Ace put up about where he was on the checkmate map. He had a pistol in his hand, and there were like three or four like noobs, like the noob of the noobs in the airplane, and he was behind them firing his gun, and they couldn't find him for like 20 seconds or some shit like that. It's like he was constantly firing the gun behind him, like, hey, come on, kill me, and stuff like that. I'm sure Exclusive Ace is doing some testing and some research or whatnot just to discover just how crazy it is, how crazy the skill-based matchmaking is this year or whatnot. And if there are any guys that I would want testing that stuff out and to give us info on that, it's Exclusive Ace and of course Drifter, of course. But I don't think Drifter's doing anything with in terms of measuring or doing anything with or experimenting with that. I think Exclusive Ace is the only one that's doing it, and correct me if I'm wrong, but he's definitely a reliable source, and I can't wait to see what he updates us with, and eventually when he posts a video talking about it, because eventually he's probably going to post a video talking about it and give us data. And it's pretty much safe to say that every year from now on, I mean, ever since last year, especially, you know, every single year from now on is going to be like, there's always going to be something about skill-based matchmaking, and there's always going to be comparisons between last year's game, this year's game. Have they toned it down? Have they beefed it up? Or whatever it is. So it's going to be really interesting to see nonetheless. So, but yeah, man, I mean, if you're a gameplay channel out there and you're reverse boosting, or if you're selectively reverse boosting, and what I mean by this is, like, you'll play normally, and then whenever you want your gameplay, you'll just reverse boost for 1 or 2 games or whatnot and get that gameplay that you want for the day. Or, you know, you'll go at it for like a numerous number of games, and you'll have enough footage for a week or 2 weeks or a month or whatever it is, and then you play the game normally or whatnot. You try to kind of hide the fact that you're really a douchebag, and just pretty much trying to hide the fact that, you know, you're reverse boosting a little bit, or just to make yourself look better or whatnot. It's like, all I can say is, man, if you're reverse boosting and you're one of those gameplay channels, you're a joke, man. It's an absolute joke. And that's my take on that, guys. I know some of you guys are gonna absolutely like be mad at me and say, "Oh, what are you talking about, man? Some of these gameplay channels. I mean, I'm not gonna mention any names. You guys know who they are. Like, these guys are the best players ever, man. You're just hating because you're not as good, and because blah 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 blah, man. You're just not good, man." But dude, it makes me laugh more than ever now. It's I mean, the great lengths that people will go to, man, for the dollar, man. I'm telling you, sacrificing your integrity for the dollar. Isn't that something we talked about a few videos ago? I mean, it's more of a thing now than ever. And people really, like, their true colors really shine when it comes to that, in terms of what matters most to them, and that's the dollar. I mean, I can understand how important the dollar is, but I guess because I'm not a greedy person, I mean, I'm not perfect by any means. I have other problems, and I'm happy to say that greed is not one of them. But if I'm sorry, this is just funny to me, but yeah, dude. I mean, if you're already successful and if you're already making tens and thousands of dollars or just thousands of dollars per video, and you are continuously reverse boosting or whatnot, I mean, wouldn't you think that these players over here, if they posted gameplays, right, and even if they were just normal ass gameplays, not pub stomping or whatnot, and they kept on talking about how their displeasure with skill-based matchmaking is, or their struggle with skill-based matchmaking, wouldn't that make them look a lot better and more trustworthy? I mean, seriously, the thing is with the internet, man, you obviously don't know who to trust and who you can rely on and who's real and who's not a lot of times, but with this whole reverse boosting thing or whatnot, I mean, again, these people's true colors are starting to come out, and they're showing the way they really are and where their priorities lie and what they really care about. And obviously, if you can see between the lines, you could tell when they're bullshitting or not. So it is what it is, man. This is Call of Duty and or YouTube and streaming nowadays in 2020, man. What can I say? It's funny, but it's also fucking cringy as hell. But anyway, that's all I got for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay in the video. I'll probably be streaming later on, so if you'd like to stop by, you're more than welcome to. I'll see you guys there. And this is Jack signing off.